Good morning, it's Future Trisha here. This video I'm uploading today is more just party prep content, and I totally understand that if you're looking for farm content, you might not find this entertaining. So just bear with me, but farm content is coming soon, very soon. I think there's maybe one more vlog of like the party prep, and then we're back to kind of normal around here. So anyway, if you don't enjoy this content, just bear with me, and if you do enjoy it, please let me know. Okay, good morning. It is Saturday, August 3rd, I believe. Yeah, that's right, August 3rd. We are 1 week out from the big party, the inaugural event in our ballroom. So today we're gonna get started on washing all of the china. I'm kind of a china collector, hoarder, potato. So I am gonna head down to the basement now to fill a rack of china, and I'm gonna take you with me and reveal my dark secret. Okay, so here I am in the basement. This is not a glamorous basement. This is just a basement. Okay, so behind me is the china. I call this area the dish room, even though it's not a room. It's just a wall with shelves on it. So what I'm going to do is go through and choose the patterns that I want to use for this party. And then we have these racks, these green racks right here. Then I'm going to fill those racks and take them one by one up the stairs. So the dinner for this event is going to be a multi-course. Okay, so every plate setting is going to need to have a dinner plate and a salad plate, and there's a soup. I was planning to serve the soup in teacups, which are up here in these racks. But now that I'm down here, I remember that we have a bunch of these like small fruit bowls, and I think that might be nice. I don't know. They're a little shallow, but again, it's going to be like 5 courses. So it's not like you need a gallon of soup. Oh, this one actually has soup bowls. That's nice. When you have a million patterns, you forget which pattern has which pieces. The rest of the plates are in the dishwasher, but we've got room for some small plates out now. So I'm heading back down to get some salad plates. Okay, I brought up some soup bowls. From this angle, you can see the mess. I usually don't show you this angle. These are all old china, but I am not going to hand wash these. For one thing, you know, they're not that dirty. They need to be like, you know, they don't need to be scrubbed. So I am going to put these in our dishwasher. Our old dishwasher at the old farm had a china setting. This one does not. So we're going to run it on light with no heat dry, just to try and keep it as gentle as possible. And then I'll hand dry them. That's what we do. I know there are people who are like, throw it in, and there are people who are like, absolutely not. I'm in the throw it in camp. My feeling on china is that if the hand washing is what's preventing you from using it, put it in the dishwasher, because it's better to use it. I mean, I buy this beautiful china, you know, that people have inherited and they don't want to use because they don't want to break it, or they don't want to wash it, or they don't want to whatever. And I just think that's really sad. I'm happy to give it a new life here, but here it's going to go in the dishwasher. Okay, so I'm just going to load the dishwasher. I'm not going to show you that. I feel like today's videos are going to get out of hand quick. Okay, so like I said, I'm sharpening knives. So I have a number of these big chef's knives. This is the knife that I reach for everything in the kitchen. I'm not a chef. Everything I say here is just totally just from my own experience. It doesn't have anything to do with anything. This is not The New Farm, a channel of expert opinions. This is just like what I'm doing at the moment. So a few times a year, I sharpen everything. And then I take this paint pen and I put an S at the top of the blade here. And then when that S wears off, I figure it's time to sharpen again. Okay, so that knife doesn't get used that much, but the S's are gone. Oh no, you can kind of see there's a little bit there. That's my system. It's not a good system. I mean, it is what it is. This is what I have used for a long time. If you need a quick sharpen, you're not doing the whole thing like I'm doing right now. This has like a coarse and a fine. There's ceramic rods in there. This will wear out over time, but actually I've had this thing for probably 20 years, 15 years at least. So you just set this on the counter like this, and you brace it with your hand, and then you drag the knife through like that. But for Christmas a few years ago, Chris bought me this, the Chef's Choice. So if you were to take your knives to a kitchen store and have them sharpen them for you, they would use this machine. One way to tell that whether your knife is sharp is that your knife should cut the skin of a tomato just under the weight of the knife. I only have these teeny tiny tomatoes, so we'll see. Okay. This is a crazy angle. I don't know how this is gonna look. So here's my little tiny tomato. I'm definitely gonna cut my fingers off doing this. And again, I'm not putting any pressure on this knife. That is too far away. I'm just gonna drag it along. Okay. Anyway, it cut the tomato. It cut the tomato. You get the idea. Oh my good Lord. Okay. All of my demonstrations are bad today. Okay, so I am going to sharpen this vegetable knife. So let's get going. So slow. Okay, now I'm going to do the fast one. Okay, so that is, and I don't know if you can see the bevel. Let's see. There you go. So you can see that it's cut a fresh bevel right here at the edge. And then I'm going to do the fine disc. I'm going to do the same thing. 5 passes on each side slowly, and then 5 passes on each side quickly. One thing that you have to definitely keep in mind is that you want to get the full length of the blade. Nothing is worse than a dull spot. Okay, this is kind of tough because I've got my phone here recording what I'm doing. Okay, so today what I'm doing is I'm going to clean these whole beef tenderloins. Beef tenderloin is not a cheap cut of meat, but it is super, super easy if you are cooking for a crowd. The first step, there's this separate muscle along here. Oh, this is the head end. This is the tail end. When you go to a fancy restaurant, you get a Chateaubriand. I think that's usually the head. And then when you get a filet mignon steak, that's usually the middle here. And then usually if you get like a risotto with tenderloin tips or whatever, that would be cut from this section here. So on the side of the meat, there's this muscle called the chain. And I'm just working on getting that apart now. Now, I'm not doing a great job here. Oh, I'm doing a bad job. I'm trying to talk and work quickly. And also, again, I said this just a minute ago, but I'm not a pro. I'm just me. This is just what I do. I'm sure people do a better job, a lot quicker or more efficiently than me. Okay, I'm getting close here. I'm just going to get this last bit. Oh, this is the hardest. This is the hardest part for me. I don't know if pros have an easier. Oh, actually I'm making this look pretty good. Okay, I think I'm calling it on this one. Okay, so this is what the final trim looks like for me. In order to make this into a roast, you need to tie it. I'm gonna cut this into 2 sections, the head and kind of the rest. So here's the head, and then here is what I'm gonna call the tail, even though it also contains the center. And then I'm gonna tie these. So what I'm gonna do with these right now is I'm going to salt them pretty heavily, and then I'm gonna put them on a plate in the refrigerator in the air. What I want is for them to dry out. When these are ready to go into the vacuum seal, I'm gonna put more things in here. But for right now, just to speed up this this drying out process and this like kind of forming a little bit of a crust, because you don't get a good crust in sous vide, right? You don't, and some people will sear it afterward to make that crust on the outside. We used to have a great range that would put a beautiful crust on meat like this. We don't anymore here at this house. This is like a household range and you just can't get it. So I don't even try. Okay, so as you can see, that was a lot of kosher salt I put on, and then I'm just gonna let these air out in the fridge for maybe a day, and then I'll do the next step.